Hi guys, Kate here. You can find me on www.instantresultswithkate.com. I'm a blogger. I'm also building network marketing. And today I want to talk to you about that network marketer point of view. Well, first of all, today is October 15th, so it's the last day to file your taxes, providing you filed an extension. It is extremely important that you file your taxes. Why? Because in order to keep more money in your pocket, you have to avoid penalties and different fees that are not necessary at all costs. And most people don't tell you this, but as a network marketer, you have to pay taxes as well. It does not make any difference what kind of business you're in, you have to pay taxes. And every paycheck you get, you really should put a little bit aside for your taxes. So today is the last day. Please do so. If you didn't do it quickly. You have till midnight to file. Why am I network marketer and why do I think that this is the best business model? Because it works. When you are willing to put the work, when you are willing to do what it takes to learn that profession and then implement what you learned, you will be successful. It's not any different than what you normally do. Imagine when you have a newborn, that little baby cannot talk, cannot walk, can't even sit. In other words, it takes practice for that little baby to actually do all of that, which comes easily and naturally to you, providing you don't have any illnesses. Anything we do requires learning and learning new skills, tools that you can apply to building your business. Some of you might wonder, well, if this is so simple, why most people don't succeed in network marketing? You hear these horror stories. Well, perhaps we should ask why most people do not succeed in life or in business. There's tons of businesses that go out of business each and every day. You don't know that because perhaps you don't have anybody in your circle that is a business owner. I've been there on both sides of the spectrum as a business owner and as an accountant for businesses. I've seen them fail every single day. Does this stop new businesses from opening and thriving? Absolutely not. It's a matter of work. It's a matter of learning principles. It's a matter of learning tools. But the most important thing I have discussed in the past is us actually making a decision. Without a decision that you are gonna do this, there can't be anything else. Because without a decision, there will be no commitment. Imagine you having a baby today. Well, you made a decision at one point to have it, and then there is your commitment as a parent to raise your child. If you don't like what's happening, are you actually taking your baby back to the hospital and telling the doctors, hey, I changed my mind? No, you do what it takes to finish the role that you took on after you committed already. Of course, one of the most important things is setting a schedule how you're gonna grow your business. So in order to have that schedule, you really have to be honest with yourself and create that schedule that is realistic, that you're actually gonna put down how many hours you can actually work on building your business. How many hours or minutes or how many weeks are you gonna commit to creating your database? And there are certain steps that we can do and certain schedules that we can do, but the schedule has to be realistic. And I did not know that before either. I was doing everything at once. I was doing my business, I was catering to my customers, I was catering to my clients, I was raising my child, I was being a wife, I was doing everything at once. And as an effect, yes, I was very successful at it, but I was running in circles and I felt overworked. And underpaid probably is the other word that comes right with it. Until I realized that I actually have to sit down and create realistic schedule, literally half an hour, 15-minute schedule increments that I am scheduling, even taking my vitamins and supplements, which sometimes I would not take because simply I forgot. And yes, it was not in the schedule, so it was not even part of me. So I've done that. I created a schedule that is very realistic, and I put down everything I want to do, including follow-up phone calls with the people I need to follow up with. But perhaps more important than that is actually making a schedule for yourself, or putting some time for yourself, for meditation, if that's what you want to do. I believe it's the most wonderful thing that you can do for yourself. Meditation, even if this is just doing your nails, if this is doing your hair, if this is going downtown like we've done today with my husband. And actually we have a really great event in the evening. We are gonna go to the opera, Lyric Opera, and we are gonna see the wedding of Figaro. So we are very excited about that. That had to be scheduled in. And if that was not scheduled, it would not happen. And without actually scheduling some fun time, you will feel overworked. You will feel underpaid. Quitting, it's not an option. Better yet, it's actually figuring out how we can perform better using better the resources, including the time. My time is my resource. Honestly, how many people in your circle do you know that are very successful in life? I'm talking about people who make $10,000, $15,000 a month, take home pay. Do you? What is really a success to you? But most people will say, well, having money, having cars, having time, right? Well, in regular business, the time issue is always an issue. In network marketing, if you are strategically building to go there, you will create the freedom of time. Freedom of time does not mean that you don't do anything and that's your freedom. The freedom of time means that you schedule the time for everything you want to schedule and incorporate in your life at your own pace, at your leisure. That's what really freedom of time means. That also means you have to schedule that. Otherwise, you will not do nothing all day long because you have time. So the question is, can you succeed in network marketing? Absolutely. Just as you can succeed in anything in life, including walking and talking. It just takes practice and commitment. Well, thank you so much. Go and file your taxes, and I'll talk to you soon.